Boom.
Booyah! Yes, what's good, everybody? You know what time it is? Get that badger in and on and over here. Said he were done. Clout Chaser's back. Cut me in, I bleed subscribers. Not seen you for a few days. Leeds Fest was a savage garden, my friend. It was the deep, dark depths of heinous hell. But we're here, we made it. We're out the other side of it, and it feels special right now. So, came home for the game on Saturday, watched it. Crazy game. Obviously, I hadn't seen you since we've signed Boydo, or whatever he's called. All front four scored, which is absolutely ace, isn't it? That front four, like, and then we Gray and Ampadu in behind and stuff is frightening, isn't it? It truly is. It's just at the back, we're still absolutely bad, Tash. I felt a bit sorry for Rondon or Rodon or whatever it's called, because own goal, it's a bit of a wild goal, that. Awful from Drameh. We're just wild at back. I don't know what it is. I just think it's maybe going to take some time just for that to wear off, to rub off, because, you know, it ain't just because they're all fucking nosebleeds. It's a couple of fucking moments. You know, it's just, I think it sets in, doesn't it? The rot sets in and it's hard to get rid of. Like, this is a crazy comparison, but when Man City struggled to beat Scum for years, like, you know, they just struggle to get over the line with it. And then when they do, it's like, once we actually put a few clean sheets in, I think we'll be rocking and rolling, and then we'll just let them monsters go forward. I can't believe we lost that game last night. Every stat was insanely towards us when it obviously went down to penalties. I felt a bit for Shackleton. No idea what Darlow were doing. Gary Neville pissed me off with the do you fancy him with Rutter. But if I'm honest, when he said that, I thought, no, I don't really. It was a poor penalty, wasn't it? Some good penalties other than that, though. Yeah, I felt for Shackleton. I've no idea what Darlow were doing for the two pens. The one where he comes so far off his line, it was so blatantly obviously come off his line. And then the one that he just let through his hands, it's like, that's about as poor a penalty save as I've seen, you know. Normally they can't really put a foot wrong in penalties because they're either just out the reach, but that literally went through his hands. But he did look frustrated. I didn't think we were poor yesterday, obviously, and we created plenty of chances. And I don't actually just think we were poor in front of goal. We were a bit rash, but it was one of them ones where, like, we're a bit unlucky. Like, keeper did pull off a few good saves. Like, that Rutter save was brilliant. Somerville, when he burst through, I think Gelhardt laid it off to him. Somerville, when he burst through, left foot quite low. That were a good save. I thought the keeper's performance were a bit over-egged, but, you know, it is what it is. Struick went captain. I might be a bit controversial, but I can't remember last time I saw Struick have a particularly good game, like, defensively. He was obviously all right and he got the goal. That's not what you want from your centre-back, really, but I don't know. I remember when a few years ago when we were in Championship and then when we'd come up, I was a massive fan, and I still am. Still think he's a good player, but I think maybe hopefully it's just with the rest of the defence, just because we just look like conceding every time anybody goes forward, don't we? It's horrendous. But it was an excellent win against Ipswich. But I do reiterate, we are so bad at the back. Signings in and signings out, it is all cracking off here. So obviously I hadn't seen you since we signed Boydo, who got a Sniffer's goal, Sniffer Clark's goal. And then we've got this Jed Spence, who's been moved out and about a fair bit. He spent time at Notts Forest in Championship, got signed by Tottenham, went out on loan to Rennes or something, come back. He's been pushed about a bit, but he has got plenty of experience in Championship. So, you know, I think that's a good shout. If we can keep holding on to, I know everybody's, Nonto's a rat. He's a fucking rat. Like, yeah, he is a rat, but he's good at football. So I thought he's just a bit of a weasel, isn't he? It was a weasel at last night. I thought he was getting on my nerves. He's always like bitching and whinging and then like still moaning, and he wiped somebody out just because he touched his best mate Somerville and stuff. But we are better when Nonto and Sinistera are in the side. Of that, there's no doubt. So seeing as though Drameh got mauled off last week, and we've signed that Jed Spence, who is a right back, and we've obviously got Ayling. I would believe Jed Spence will become the number one, and Ayling will be the backup to some extent. And there's talks that Drameh won't sign another contract, so the saga might finally be over. I think he's off. I do believe he's off. A few clubs are sniffing around Greenwood, and in the past sort of half an hour since filming this, or as I'm filming this, so it might have gone through. They're talking about Middlesbrough on loan. And there's also talks of Gelhardt going to Ipswich, or as Bielsa would say, Ipswich. They're looking like they might get rid of Helder, who I think's been poor for the past couple of games that I've seen him. Again, I liked him when he signed. He played left back instead of Struick, I think, instead of Firpo, which was an improvement on. I mean, I think I'd be an improvement on Firpo at that point. And Gyabi, who everybody's been banging on about Gyabi, this ball player, but he can't get anywhere near, can he? And if Archie Gray's getting in and above him, in and on and over here and above him, like that badger, then, you know, I think it probably is time for him to move on. So, Chef Wednesday on Saturday. Then we've got a couple of weeks off, which I can't be arsed with that, like. I mean, Ipswich were unbeaten, weren't they, last week? So it really was tremendous stuff. But yeah, I'm back, boy. Boosh!
Boom.
JackCity, bitch. JackCity, bitch. Hey!
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprised. That's why I ask.